Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a kind of different video for me. I recently got a new piercing and I wanted to tell you guys about it. I showed it on Instagram and I got a lot of questions. So I just, on my pink legal pad, because I'm an adult, I wrote down a few things about it. And side note, last time I wore the gloss in a video, somebody asked what it was. It is the Selena Collection Lip Glass MAC. I'm not good at this. Bitty Bitty Bom Bom. I loved her, and this was my favorite of her songs, and I had to have this. So, but that's what I'm wearing on my lips, and, so anyway, back to the actual part of the video. So I got my Daith pierced. Oh my god, my highlighter. I just re-put it on, because I always film at night after I get home from work. It's Anastasia Beverly Hills. But so it is this little piece of cartilage in here, and I have a little gold ring. I hope I'm showing it. I obviously have pictures from when it was first done. I went with my friend Liz to a tattoo parlor in our area. I always recommend now that I've done this and I know these things, because Liz has been a bad influence but a good influence. Be sure that when you get something pierced, you do it at a tattoo parlor that you have checked out and made sure they're hygienic and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? For example, I got my cartilage pierced, which I no longer have because it never healed. I got that done at Claire's. Don't get anything pierced at Claire's ever. Ever. Like anywhere that uses a gun, don't trust them. Because what Liz explained to me, which makes total sense, is that it's causing blunt force trauma on that area. So just don't do that. You need somebody with a needle that's going to do it. Someone, they've used iodine, the guy that did it on me. I mean, he used medical grade iodine and everything to clean the area. He used a needle that came out of like a surgical needle package. You know what I mean? My dad's a doctor, so I've seen like needles come out of sharp packages. And so it was super clean, super hygienic. He wore gloves, blah, blah, blah. He was super, super sweet. If I need anything else pierced, I will definitely be going back to him. I am considering getting my tragus pierced on this ear, so just a little triangle-y piece. They had a really beautiful piece of jewelry there that I'm hoping they still have, but I loved it, and I really want that pierced too, especially because this healed so fast. So before we get into all of that, what else do we have here? It was a low pain level. It took about 10 minutes to do. I don't know. I kind of have a high pain tolerance because I've had LASIK, I've had my tonsils removed, I had a breast reduction, and I've had a dental implant, so I literally have a peg drilled into my skull. So for something to be painful for me, it's got to be bad, basically. So yeah. So it wasn't really that bad. And if you saw my video last Monday, you saw the thrifting video. So we did this and then we went thrifting and I completely forgot about it for the most part. I did remember it when I tried to sleep on that ear, but probably after like the second or third night, I could sleep on that side of my head again, whereas like with my cartilage, where I used a gun at Claire's, a piercing gun, for the record, not an actual gun. I mean, it really never healed. Never. I couldn't sleep on it for weeks. It was horrible. But this guy has been great. So I did get a solid gold ring because I am allergic to literally everything. It seems like I'm almost allergic to sterling silver in my ears now, too. That's why I almost never wear earrings. I do have just one piercing in my ear, like my actual earlobes. I only have one pierced hole. Some people have like 2 or 3, just one. But I almost never wear earrings anymore, and it doesn't matter if it's, you can put like things on top of the metal if it's not like gold or whatever to make it better. Like I used to be able to use clear nail polish. I could put nail polish over the metal if it was nickel or something and it would be fine. I can't do that anymore. So I went the safe route and I got solid gold. It's not gold plated, it is solid gold. So it cost quite a bit more than, well, it was about what I thought it was going to be. but there was, I believe it was a $35 piercing fee, and then the rest was the cost of the ring and the tip. Please tip your tattoo artists and your piercers if you go to a tattoo parlor. They're providing you with a good service, and they deserve it. So, my total was like $175, which is high, but it's a solid gold ring in my ear. And the whole reason I got this was because there's this, it almost seems like an urban legend now, that it would help with migraines. And if you've been on my channel for a while, you know that I have severe migraines. I've been seeing a new doctor lately, and I started tracking how often I have migraines or headaches. And in the month of March, I had one day where I did not have a migraine or a headache. One. In the whole month of March. So I can do an entire video on migraines if you are interested, and why they are different than regular headaches. But as far as how the Daith piercing is supposed to help, it is supposed to be kind of like an acupuncture spot that somehow if you pierce this or you poke it enough, it'll trigger something else, and you know how acupuncture works. Google it. As the girls at my office like to say, Google that shit. But it didn't work for me, basically, is what I'm here to tell you. It didn't do anything. I got it pierced the same day that I started tracking my migraines. It was like the same day that I'd seen my new doctor, and nothing. It was strange, though. Like that night I got it pierced, it was almost like the back of my head was numb. I don't know how to explain it. It was like I could feel kind of like pressure in the back of my head almost. But I get most of my migraines in my temples and the front of my head. If they get into the back of my head, we have a serious problem, because that's when things get really bad for me. For example, my migraines are not the average migraine. I lose sight in one of my eyes if they get bad enough. So it's not, they're debilitating. I can't drive. I can't walk because I'll run into things. It's horrible. But when I woke up the next morning after getting it pierced, I didn't feel that feeling anymore. And I was kind of hoping I would, because it did remove my headache that I had that night. But I wonder if it was just one of those things where you don't feel the pain in one area because another area hurts more. But then again, I could hardly feel it after a couple of hours. So what I'm here to tell you is that it might work for you, but it definitely didn't work for me. And from what I can find on the internet, there's no actual proof that it helps. If you're willing to cough up almost $200 for a pretty gold ring in your ear and give it a shot, go for it. I mean, I'm desperate enough to try just about anything at this point, because it's so bad. The migraines are so bad. So it was worth it for me to try. I actually really love this piercing. I think it's super, super cute. I'm not going to get the other one pierced just because I think that would be weird. I'm kind of like a one-sided kind of, does that make sense? Like, I wear only one ring on each finger and it can't be the same finger on both hands. So I really love this piercing. I think it's really cute. I'm glad I picked solid gold because they had gold, silver, and rose gold. Well, it was white gold. Yellow gold, white gold, rose gold is what they had. But I wanted yellow, and I love it. Let me see if I missed anything on here. Oh, so instead, since this didn't work, and I've been seeing a new doctor, I did have to try a few medications to qualify for this, but I will be getting migraine Botox, which is different than cosmetic Botox, which I have also had. I tried cosmetic Botox to fix my migraines, and it does help, but migraine Botox is quite a bit different, and it's quite a few more injections in more injection places, and quite a few more risks. So, like inability to breathe. So, I will be getting migraine Botox on May 5th. So if you'd like an update on that, I would be happy to do, it'd probably be like a vlog type video, because what's going to happen is I'm going to go to the doctor and I will get the injections. They do it in your head, the front of your face, the back of your head, your neck, which is where the breathing problems can be, and then in your shoulders, which I can explain all that in another video. And then it takes a while to kick in. So I can tell you, like, I'm going to the appointment, this is what's happening. Then I can tell you, here's how the appointment went, while it's actually, you know, right after so I don't forget anything. And then I can check in with you guys a few days later, or a week to 2 weeks later when it actually kicks in, on how it all works. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up, and I will keep taking you guys on my migraine journey. This is a freaking disaster. I've been dealing with this since I was 12, so to those of you out there that have chronic migraines like I do, I feel for you every single day, because I pretty much have a headache or a migraine every single day, and I am so sorry, but we are strong and we are going to get through this. So leave me your stories down below. Have you tried Daith piercings? Have you tried medications? I've tried too much stuff, probably. But that is what I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave me comments below, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll talk to you next time. Love you, Warrior Crew. Bye!